Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we have a ton of crypto news to cover. It's another episode of the daily crypto news, but I have one little special announcement, and that is, guys, that I have a plan to hopefully get you guys a couple of juicy, free airdrops or NFTs or some whitelist spots or something like that. So what I'm basically going to attempt, guys, is to contact many projects in the crypto space and ask them if they will allow a couple of my community members to basically buy in or get some free items or whatever. And all I need for that is basically a little bit of a bigger Telegram group. I'm just being completely open and honest with you here. There's no benefit for me in that sense. I'm not, maybe there will be eventually. I'll tell you guys about it then if there comes. But I'm just thinking here, there's been multiple different projects where there's a whitelist, and I ask them, hey, can I get a couple of whitelist spots? Because that basically means you guys can sign up, and then potentially you get the chance to buy. Some of them say yes, but most of them say, why? And then I would have to announce it in a video, but I'm not really down for that for most of these projects. So if we have a Telegram, though, I can always just plop it in because people join who are interested in that type of stuff. So just make sure you check it out if you're interested. Nothing you'll have to pay for, obviously. Everything is completely 1000% free. And just on a, you check it out. If you don't like it, you don't join type of basis. And once more, I have no plans, but I just thought about this a couple of hours ago. I digress. All right, Kevin O'Leary on the SECV Ripple, couple of other XP articles today. Man, the FUD is going out there. It's really intriguing to me to see people FUD XRP this severely over the last couple of days, when in reality, the price is doing pretty well. But look at the numbers on this article. 60,000 views on a Kevin O'Leary talking about the SECV Ripple case, saying he doesn't have any interest in investing in litigation against the SEC. And all these other articles are here, for example, saying XRP price on the edge of a cliff as Ripple faces imminent collapse. I always like that. And the last one here is XP price prediction, Ripple under pressure, struggling to crack $1. I don't know, guys. Isn't it I don't know. Isn't it interesting how I don't even know how to describe it. Why in the world would they go about it this way? Like, who? I'm really trying to think honestly here. Who in the right mind is thinking, you know what? I'm going to write a sad article about XRP today. I'm down now today. You know what I'm thinking, guys? That's what these people think. Like, you know what? I'm down to do some damage today. I want to write something because this makes absolutely no sense. This article was published today, struggling to crack $1. It's above $1. What in the world are they trying to do? And here, once more, it's on the edge of a cliff. Only XRP, or what does that mean? If not, then why would you write it this way? I mean, if XRP is on the edge of a cliff, every crypto is on the edge of a cliff. If not, XRP has like already fallen a little bit off the cliff because they got sued, and then most cryptos are on the edge of the cliff because they might get sued next. I mean, like, what in the world is this supposed to mean? I don't know. And this first one, guys, as I've stated before as well, Kevin O'Leary being against, working with a company sued by the SEC, it's fair. It's very fair. So at the end of the day, I understand the amount of views, but the pressure that this article basically put on the XP community is a little bit too severe, if you ask me, because a lot of people thought about it like, oh, Kevin O'Leary's against XRP or stuff like that. He's just saying, hey, as a legitimate investor here, I don't want any trouble with the SEC, so I wouldn't really bet against them. Makes sense, no? Even though they're wrong, it's something which I do kind of respect from a certain degree. If you prefer safety over the juicy gains, yeah, an XRP lawsuit is not your thing, but crypto in general is not your thing. That's, again, my own opinion. However, we can, of course, make a clear distinction that some meme coins are, at some point, riskier than let's say, a number 10, the number 10 cryptos. Some 3,000 spot cryptos is more riskier than a top 10 crypto, if you ask me. But that, doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it or buy it or anything like that. I mean, it's just a matter of perspective and what you like and what your goals are. Crypto is a little bit riskier than stocks or real estate from a certain perspective. But at the end of the day, is fiat really that safe? I don't know. I just kind of think about it whenever I see this FUD. People are sometimes interesting with their minds. Like, why do they want to put it down so much? Now, a little side note, guys. There's only a couple more hours to actually check out the Bybit NFT giveaway. I think you have like 10 hours left or so, so make sure you check the link down below to still participate. All you have to do is make one trade worth $10 or more. That's all you need to do. So, I mean, yeah, why not? But make sure you check it out. And, of course, there's the SIS project launching in a couple of hours as well, or about a day and a half. So make sure you check that out, too. Polkadot why this top 10 crypto could be overvalued when compared to others, basically. Published 12 seconds ago, because I'm freaking fast, boy. So, no, I don't think this is actually true in any way, shape, or form. Some people have put up different thoughts on this, but my conclusion on the whole matter is basically the way which it was built. Polkadot it's a competitor to most other platforms out there because they do things just different and better in the easiest sense. So who is then a real good competitor and why? To be honest with you, there's so many different competitors that are akin to Polkadot. You might say, oh no, but nothing really necessarily is better. And you might even say, oh yeah, but TPS this, or there's a couple of different points you can put up. None of it really matters too much in the sense that which one is better, Ethereum or Polkadot? Well, okay, and then Polkadot or Solana. Okay, then so let's go on. Polkadot or AVAX. Polkadot or Luna. We can go on for a little while. It just depends on your own perspective. What is better, XRP or Cardano? XRP or VeChain? It all depends on your perspective, what exactly your goal is. With a lot of these platformers, though, like the Ethereum, ADA, and whatnot, they're all doing the same thing. They're all accomplishing the same goal through different means. But there's a preferred, audience and preferred couple of quirks for every single one of these projects, which is why there's, of course, a lot of demand for it and why there's people there. Now, the reason you might say it's overvalued, though, in like a literal sense, is because, of course, they had the Polkadot auctions, and so people locked up a lot of DOT, but one already, the caller won. Now, my own thought process about it is, well, I mean, it did pull through, and a lot of DOT is going to be staked, and so, well, since people aren't really buying up DOT like crazy, even though 99% of the freaking cap is going to be locked up pretty soon in total, I mean, it just kind of makes sense really for the price to keep going up, so it's not really undervalued. So, I don't know, I don't agree with this article either. We had some more XRP stuff here. Ripple's laid a crypto service for financial companies to allow XRP trading. I just saw this. It was a pretty cool announcement. We have a long history of working with financial institutions, crypto exchanges, brokerages, and market makers. This is just from Ripple's official, at least this is also what they posted on their official page over on Twitter, which our enterprise customers can now directly benefit from. We're planning to support a variety of assets and have plans to expand to a more tokenized asset like NFTs in the future. Ashish Birla, General Manager of RippleNet, a financial messaging service used for cross-border payments, told CNBC. Now, my only point here is we already knew this. It's not a new thing, but the fact that it went down like this and the fact that this is also spreading, think about it for a little second. Them using this is going to, first of all, legitimize them for a lot of people who are like, oh, Ripple is a financial services company. Yeah, but they're in crypto. Well, this is going to put them on a map for crypto in a different sector, so I really like that. And even though it's not going to use XRP as its primary product, it is, of course, going to use XRP. I think it all just helps for the SEC laws to kind of state, hey, look, we're using different crypto for the same sort of purpose. Why is this one better than the other, and how does that exactly work? It might be just an argument they can put up, and most likely they thought about it. Because even though it was private technology before and they used it already, maybe making it public like this can add another layer to any of their arguments. At least I've been thinking about that. XRP Whales are moving $24 million worth of tokens from exchanges amid a 6% rally. There's also stuff you don't need to worry about or do anything with. I often get questions about this multiple times a day. I get questions about different XRP transfers, but usually means nothing. FTX Terminal Wallet is theoretically speaking bullish because it's an exchange outflow, but in reality, it could be that this was sent out and then sent back in a second later. You'd have to look at the full history of all the whales. All right, then there's an article here. It's time to start taking NFT security more seriously. There's two articles which I actually had for it, but I don't think I opened them up in this tab here. So one of them, what it was basically about Chainlink and working with real estate NFTs, because that's, of course, a thing that's coming up, and the fact that NFTs are such an interesting sector right now. In the sense that NFTs are, of course, getting really big in the metaverse realm, but also there's still this underlying issue of copyright and whatnot, because in theory, I can copy somebody else's artwork just by going and downloading it, and then selling it as my own NFT, as my original artwork. That's something I guess I could do. Now, of course, there's this part of the how do you call it? I guess you have the secondary market where if you, for example, buy the NFT specifically, then of course you cannot really copy it in the same sense, of course, because of the data. But in theory, right? Let's say it like this: I download his JPEG, right? I go to my freaking editor. Edit, let's say 7 pixels. Not sure exactly if something, because I mean the file name, everything is different then, right? So it's a different artwork altogether. Uses some basis principles, okay? But I mean, you guys get my drift. I can just sell that again. Or there's of course easy ways to it. But I'm like, it's only because the original owner remembers and knows. But there's a lot of ways to defraud this, and I'm not really sure exactly how this usually works with like other art that's generated like visual online in a sense, because I'm always thinking, man, if I ever kind of like, I'm just hypothetically thinking here, guys. I'm not sure how these rules work. If somebody makes an artwork, right, and you take it, but it's like in a manner made where you can actually take all the time to put the dots together. And they didn't like file for any copyright or anything like that. They just made it and they're like, hey, you took my thing. Unless they officially file for it, things become a little bit different, I guess. But if you are really taking your time, you can, theoretically speaking, just fill every pixel, right, with the same way that they've done that. Because, of course, if you zoom in on Photoshop, you'll see the picture. You can copy the colors, for example. You can really do that. You can literally make it yourself by using it as an example. And all of a sudden, you didn't steal that, where you just copied whatever they had, made your own version of it. It's like, okay, somebody made the Mona Lisa, and you're drawing the Mona Lisa yourself. I don't know. I started kind of thinking and philosophizing about how freaking copyright in that sense works. But I'm also wondering how interesting this is going to be for NFTs in the future. But also, people are talking about the NFT security for multiple different reasons. One, about how they're going to be regulated. Another part is, of course, on how you actually own them and where they are stored and whatnot, because a lot of people don't even understand how to get NFTs and where to store them. Second part is actually about that, on how exchanges are going to be supporting all this NFT stuff. But here they're talking mostly about regulation, ability to move, insurance, which is a very interesting point. And this one, I guess, does not really matter. It says demonstrated history of success with the blockchain the NFT is issued on. But that's, of course, I mean, if you're going to take an NFT on a freaking blockchain that's useless, something might happen. What's this logic? All right, Cryptocom and Silvergate launched deposits and withdrawals in USD. New partnership manifests in a further on and off ramp solution for Cryptocom, so pretty big news for that. Can the price still pump? I thought the price would have pumped if it was really exciting news, but I mean, let me say it like this. I already thought it would be exciting news, and the price didn't really pump, so I'm not really sure. MicroStrategy, of course, buying a lot of BTC. We already talked about that. India, very interesting situation today. I got a couple of different statements from that. So the RBI, apparently, launch of a digital currency will mark a big monetary moment, as I guess piece by piece is coming up. At first, they talked about banning private cryptocurrencies. Now they're kind of reinstating, saying no. India is not banning private cryptocurrencies, former minister clarifies. Former finance minister of India, has assured the nation that the government is not banning private crypto. The bill is currently being reworked as controversy rises on its implications to crypto in the country. And here it says, RBI's launch of a digital asset or digital currency will mark a big monetary moment. It's just, they're making steps, let's put it like that. I don't want to spend too much time on that because we don't know. And then Grayscale just basically said, hey, Sol plus Grayscale, Forbes Crypto shared, the Solana Trust will be the 16th offering in Grayscale's expanding product line that caters the institutional interest, basically, of high net worth investors, whatever, added the Solana Trust. That's basically it. Nothing too bad, nothing too big. You would have also thought this would pump the price, but it didn't. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this news, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel. If there's anything I need to share, make sure you send it to me over on Twitter, or of course, just let me know in Telegram or something like that. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.